everyone, and welcome to today's Explainer. Today, we're getting into the cellular science behind a super popular product, and we're going to figure out exactly why Ultimate Pet Foods skin and coat treats actually help improve your dog's skin and coat condition. We're going straight into the biological mechanisms that make this specific formula so incredibly effective. But first, let's kick things off with a question that I know hits close to home for a lot of us. Are you just completely frustrated by finding mounds of seasonal fur all over your favorite furniture? Or, honestly worse, are you feeling a bit helpless watching your dog constantly scratching and just struggling with itchy, irritated skin? It is really tough to see our furry best friends uncomfortable. And, a lot of times we reach for special shampoos or topical sprays, but those really only address the surface level, right? They just don't fix the underlying foundation. So here is our roadmap for today. First, we'll cover the skin and coat dilemma. 2, nourishing from the inside out. 3, the science of omega-3. 4, the power of zinc and biotin. 5, the 4 to 6 week transformation. And finally, 6, the try, prove, commit journey. All right, let's jump right into section 1, the skin and coat dilemma and recognizing the signs of distress. You see, when a dog's diet lacks essential nutrients, their body literally tells us right through their coat. The most common signs you'll spot are dull, dry, or just totally lackluster coats that have completely lost their shine. You might also notice dry, flaky, or actively itchy skin. And honestly, dandruff on a dog, that is a massive red flag. Then there's the extreme seasonal shedding, which is notoriously tough if you own specific breeds like Labradors, German Shepherds, or Huskies. And of course, there's just general mild skin sensitivity or irritation. When you're seeing these signs, you aren't just looking at a cosmetic issue. What you're actually looking at is a nutritional gap right down at the cellular level. That brings us to section 2, nourishing from the inside out, and the foundational recipe.
True coat wellness absolutely has to start internally, and this is tackled with a highly targeted, completely grain-free recipe. Get a load of this massive volume of premium protein. 45% of this treat is freshly prepared salmon. Not fish meal, not weird byproducts, actual freshly prepared salmon. And that is paired up with 18% sweet potato for really easily digestible grain-free energy, plus another 5% of freshly prepared trout. It's all naturally preserved with rosemary extract, and there are absolutely 0 artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives in there. It's just a pure, clean, incredibly potent foundation that's designed specifically to nourish your dog from the inside out.
Moving right along to section 3, the science of omega-3 and getting a therapeutic dose for real results.
Okay, so the crucial point here is this 5.3% figure. Because of that massive 45% salmon base we just talked about, these treats deliver a guaranteed 5.3% total omega-3 fatty acids. Now, this is incredibly important. A lot of products on the market might just sprinkle in a tiny trace amount of omega-3 just so they can slap it on the label. But 5.3%, that is a meaningful, truly therapeutic dose. It provides a really rich, natural source of omega-3 EPA and DHA, and those are the exact fatty acids required to calm down inflammation at the cellular level and actively reduce that dry, flaky irritation we were talking about earlier.
Let's look at section 4, the power of zinc and biotin. The chemical catalysts. Having a therapeutic dose of omega-3 is amazing, but a dog's body actually needs to be able to process it efficiently, right? Enter biotin. These treats contain exactly 0.14 milligrams per kilogram of biotin. Think about this using kind of an engine and fuel analogy. The omega-3 is the high-grade premium fuel for the skin, but the biotin, that's the cellular engine. It actively turns on the enzymes that are responsible for fatty acid metabolism. Basically, without biotin, the omega-3 just can't be fully utilized. But with it, the benefits are totally amplified. And these elements really build together into a synergistic trio. First, we have the salmon oil, which operates to lock in moisture and deliver that visible, beautiful glossy coat. Then we add zinc into the mix, at a very specific 155 milligrams per kilogram, and that actively supports the physical structure of the hair itself, leading to much stronger, healthier coat growth. And finally, there's the biotin we just discussed, which synthesizes and metabolizes all those great fatty acids. When you combine these 3 specific things, you aren't just tossing your dog a quick snack. You are providing a highly targeted cellular intervention for their skin. This perfectly sets up section 5, the 4 to 6 week transformation, building a consistent routine. Now, because we are fundamentally changing the condition of the dog's coat at a biological level, well, it doesn't happen overnight. Cells need time to turn over and actually grow. So the protocol here is really simple, but it does require some dedication. Step 1, feed just 1 to 2 of these crunchy treats daily alongside their complete main meal. Step 2 is basically the secret ingredient, daily consistency. You literally cannot skip days if you want to see the science actually work. And then step 3 is the payoff. If you stay consistent, you will see a visible reduction in dullness, irritation, and that crazy seasonal shedding within exactly 4 to 6 weeks. That is simply the biological timeline it takes for a brand new, beautifully glossy coat to push through. And finally, Section 6, the try, prove, commit journey. Trusting the process. Now, naturally, if your dog has a sensitive stomach, introducing anything new to their diet can feel pretty daunting. But Ultimate Pet Foods has actually built some incredible trust with their community over this. Take a look at this review from Megan Jones, who is a customer at their Care Philly store. She writes, "Lots of good treats for sensitive stomachs and very friendly, helpful service with lots of good advice. Because this particular recipe is grain-free and really heavily relies on high-quality, easily digestible things like salmon and sweet potato, it is highly trusted, even for dogs with sensitive digestion." So, to make trying this completely stress-free, the brand utilizes what they call the try, prove, commit system. You don't have to just jump straight into buying a massive bag. Instead, you can start by building a custom 100-gram taster box. This lets your dog try out the crunchy texture and that rich salmon flavor for just a few pounds, with literally zero risk. And inside that taster box, they even include an exclusive 40% discount voucher that you can use on a larger 1.5 or 2 kilogram bag later. It gives you exactly the amount of food you need to commit to that 4 to 6 week timeline and actually prove the visible results for yourself. So, the synergy between a 45% salmon base, a serious therapeutic dose of omega-3s, zinc, and biotin, it all fundamentally transforms canine skin health right at the cellular level. The real question is, are you ready to stop just treating the surface symptoms and actually start fixing the foundation? Thank you so much for joining me on this explainer. Keep questioning what's going into your dog's bowl, and hey, here's to a happier, healthier coat.